Hi everyone, we are live and on air, and in a moment I will have my screen shared so we can follow along and with the landing pages that we're going to review today. Okay, you see the infinite window. The screen should be sharing now. I can jump over to the chat, and I'm going to post a quick message to the chat here that says the video is ready to play. If you haven't already pressed play on the video, go ahead and press play. Brandon is taking the next step I was going to ask for, which is to introduce yourself and to post a landing page. If you've got a landing page you'd like us to make sure we review. There's not that many people here right now. Hopefully a couple more people show up as we get started. But I would like to make sure that we prioritize, and we'll have time for everybody who's shown up today to review their landing pages and their campaigns. So for those of you that don't know, my name is Josh Ledgard. I am the founder, one of the founders of KickoffLabs. KickoffLabs goes beyond landing pages. So obviously we're a lead capture tool, but our goal is to create a more engaging marketing campaign with you. We help people, one example, we help people set up viral contests in minutes. So you'll see some examples throughout this review of how you can quickly and easily set up refer a friend style giveaways, sweepstakes, and product launches. We've helped people collect almost 18 million leads now, so that says over 17 million. We're about to cross the 18 million lead threshold with our viral contests. We specialize in what happens after somebody gives you their email address. So any old landing page service can collect an email address. What we do is we then incentivize people to share post about, follow your next step of engagement. So it's taking somebody who's engaged because they've said they're interested in your product, your contest, your service, and getting them to share with their friends, maybe for rewards. And so we can set up this example like 0 at 5 rewards, they'll get a special reward, or a special prize. You can run a leaderboard contest where the more referrals somebody gets, the better their odds of winning are. And you can just set up a basic product wait list if you'd like, where people can move up the line as they refer more people. Along with that, we also offer a super easy A/B testing, so you can verify your message and make sure you're optimizing the number of leads you collect. We give you access to a bunch of lead demographic data, so we can ask for the email address and pull up a whole bunch of extra information about people. And that reminds me, one of my favorite things that we just launched this week, so to give you a little bit of a preview of something that just came out here. I say go to our blog. And you can check this out on our blog. It's the most recent post. So how to create personal greetings on landing pages for visitors from their own friends. So when somebody refers somebody else to your landing page, we can now have a greeting at the top of your landing page. Say, hey, your friend Mark Zuckerberg thought you'd like this, with a picture of Mark if we have it. They didn't have to submit the picture. Sometimes they don't even have to submit their name. And we're able to look that stuff up and post it. And so this allows you to do some really cool personalization, because word of mouth marketing is critically important, and we're trying to take the elements of that, the greeting, the introduction, the sharing, and bring that more easily online for your campaigns. And so if you'd like some help integrating this kind of enhanced personalization onto your landing page, let us know. Drop us a line at support@kickofflabs.com, and we can help you set that up. This should give you an idea of the types of things that we do that go well beyond a traditional landing page solution for capturing leads, and why we get so many leads so efficiently for people who use our service. So let's see. So we've got Brandon Presley is located in Kansas City. Slick Rinse is my company, and they make a contact lens case that makes contact lens cleaning better. All right, so let's pull up. I did have this page up here, so let's pull up the Slick Rinse page and take a look here. All right, so a couple things right away when I'm looking at this landing page that are really well done. So I really like the contrasting color of the red here. I could step away 10 feet from this landing page and I know where the call to action is. It says, win your free Slick Rinse right there. Like, my eyes just get sucked in by the red vortex in a sea of blue. And that makes it really, really obvious what it is. I wish the logo was maybe a little bit larger at the top here. It seems really small and understated considering it's centered above this really large headline. So just sort of thinking about the balance. The headline I don't think is too large. I just wish the logo was maybe 50% larger so that the word Slick Rinse stood out a little bit more. And I'm sure you have a larger version of the logo, or you can make it larger within the product. And then we get to this this line here. It says you only have 2 pairs of eyes. Make sure the contacts you use are clean. And Slick Rinse, and then and so it's a really great problem statement. Like, you have eyes and it's 4 contact lenses, and you want them to be clean. So I think this sort of gets at what the product is. It says Slick Rinse makes cleaning your contact lenses safer, faster, and easier. I'm not a huge fan of switching to this blue font here. I know you're trying to balance it out and add some more color to it. I think it would be better if this was just white, because honestly the white stands out and is readable. I can read this really easy. This line about enter their email for a chance to win a free Slick Rinse. This one, it's harder to read because the background image has so much blue on it in it. The thing that is missing from the top of this, any of these 3 statements could have it to help clarify, is what you said in your introduction here, which is that we make contact lens cleaning, we make a contact lens case that makes contact lens cleaning better. I almost feel like that could be your secondary headline there, or after your tagline. Like, we make a contact lens case that makes contact lens cleaning better. Like, because then you're actually saying what the product is. There's nothing in this first, and this is the exit intent window. I'm gonna close that for now. And there's nothing in this first section that actually says what the product is. It says it's 4 contact lenses, making sure they're clean. Like, but if this Slick Rinse makes cleaning your contact lens faster, easier with a case, or Slick Rinse cases make cleaning your contact lenses safer, faster, and easier, like just adding the extra word. I mean, you use that in your, when I asked you to introduce yourself and your business, that's what you said in the chat. And so say that here somewhere on this first page before you ask for somebody's email address, or say it more clearly, because obviously when you had only a tweet to say what it was you did, you said it. And so don't hide from what you're doing here. And I know you don't, because you scroll down, I can see it's a case, but you have to scroll to see that. And so right at the top, I'm asking you to put that statement right at the top here. Contact lens care refined. You've got some nice product shots. It's a little bit weird to me. You've got this 2 image area and then these 3 icon images here with some small text. Something about this section just feels a little bit off. Like, it might even be more balanced if this section were up above here, and then and you have the statements here, and then you have another section that says, we'll come in 2 great colors, or here's an example of our technology, or just maybe feature sections where just one of these images is on one side with some description of what's this hole for, or like what's unique about this picture in the blue here, this one in the blue. So maybe separating these 2 parts a little bit more, and making these headlines a little bit bigger. So constantly rinse and clean your contacts gives you more time, makes contact lens life more enjoyable. Like, make that a little bit more pronounced, because the pictures don't quite get that across here. It's rare that I see people include a phone number on their pages. I happen to like it because it makes the company feel a lot more real and approachable. It's a small little thing. Most people probably won't notice it when they're on your landing page. But just as a trust factor, like, you want to think about all the things that help people trust you. I think it helps it as a trust factor to just directly list an email address and a phone number right here on the page. And so let's enter my email address here. I used to wear contacts. Now I have I got laser eye surgery. I haven't needed them for a long time, but I'm going to go enter and see if I can enter to win. Oh, didn't enter my full address. All right. Here's where I would say I like keeping things consistent between the 2 pages. I would almost have the header be the same background image you had instead of the image of the cases behind here. So keeping that same background from the sign up page with the white text on it and the buttons, and then having below this reward thing the picture of the contact lenses again, and clearly stating, I guess it does clearly state, so invite friends and earn a free click rinse. Don't just save on your vision, save your friend's eyes too. Share unique link and earn a free cases for each friend that signs up. Earn free slick rinse. Okay, so there's just a little bit of a disconnect here. It says earn free slick rinse cases for each friend that signs up, but really you need 5 friends to sign up and you get 1 case, and 10 friends you get 2 free cases. I think about it, I think it makes a little bit more sense if you're just clear about it, like invite, earn a free, like you're saying up here, earn free slick rinse, but here it should say earn free slick rinse cases as friends signed up, or as friends sign up, so it's a little bit clearer. And then there's just something a little bit off about the colors here, and I know you're using your brand colors. The purple boxes here just don't, or the purple blue boxes just don't look good with this blue here. It looks great in your logo, which again could be a little bit larger on this page. So I'd do whatever logo you use on the first page, I would use the same one here. And then I would make that same, just carry the logo through from one page to the next. I would add some space below this reward thing. If actually we will add space, because if you take that image of the cases and you put that image of the case between the referral bar here and these social sharing icons, it'll add some more space here and just make the page feel a little bit more comfortable. If you don't do that, you can add to the padding of this section here and just push these icons down a little bit further so that it doesn't feel like they're sandwiched right up against the reward section here of the page. I feel like your rewards are really approachable. I would consider making first level 3 for 1 slick rinse case, and then maybe 8 for 2 or something, or instead of 3, I guess it would do 6 for 2. You'll find that most people are not going to achieve 10, and so it's a really hard goal. Sharing can maybe get 5, but it'll be worth it, I think. I don't know what your economics are. I just have to imagine for Lynn's case it'll be worth it at 5 or at 3 if they're getting valid email addresses for you, and that'll help a lot. And so let's check out some other things really quick. So if I go to share on Twitter, you should update this text. You can edit that on the thank you page within KickoffLabs. So you pre-fill, instead of our default text that says social share here, it should say something like, excited for better contact lenses from Slick Rinse. Something like that. If you pre-populate, we'll just make it easier for people, and you include your address. You include your address in there like that, your Twitter address, just so it's a little bit more obvious for folks, what's going on and what they're sharing about when they click it. And let me see if I click on Facebook. You've got those settings set up. Oh, great. Yeah, this is perfect. So you went and set up the Facebook settings. So it says cleaning your contact lens just got easier. I want in. This was a great image here, and it says what it is: contact lens care refined. I almost wish that was your headline on the main page. And then you use the sub headline. These 2 lines should probably be what your homepage is. Slick Rinse contact lens case redefined. Slick Rinse is the only way you'll clean contact lenses. Sign up for a chance to win a free pair. Like, honestly, that's probably a much simpler, cleaner headline on the first page than what you have today. I don't know if you wrote this copy later. I find that often when people write copy, it gets better as they go. And so maybe you did this last and simplified it. And I would just circle back to that first page and replace the first page maybe with this statement here. So all in all, I think this is a really good campaign. I think there's just a couple of design and copy tweaks would make this even better than it is today within KickoffLabs. And let's see if anything I missed from the chat here as we've gone. Loving all the feedback, listening and paying attention now versus commenting on each thing. Yeah, feel free to leave comments, and then the guys from Swaggle. doing the giving feedback to each other is one of the reasons we do these live. It's kind of fun to have multiple customers on at the same time, taking a look at what we're doing. All right, so if you have any other feedback, go ahead and let us know. If you want us to take another look at the page once you've made some updates, feel free to email support@KickoffLabs. We're always happy to do that. And I'm going to move on now to, if I can find the Swaggle page. There it is right here. Let's take a look at their campaign here. All right, so go swaggle.com, sell your closet and upgrade your wardrobe. There's just, I feel like this image can maybe a little bit higher. I don't know, there's something strange about the layout of this page, and I'm not, Laura Lee's joining us a little bit later. She might have some feedback on the design. But then I feel this text right here is a little bit small. I want to say this is, below 12-point font. See what it actually is. But do my nerd lookup thing here and see what the font actually is. Computed font size. Font size 14. Oh, it's 14. Consider making this a size 16 within this section here. So if I took this, I said font size 16. That's a little bit more readable at 17, maybe 18. This font is a really small font. Yeah, something like 18 feels a lot more readable on the page than 14, and it's a small difference. But imagine, like, I've heard all the time, like, with normal fonts, for whatever reason, this font that you're using is pretty small. With normal fonts, you want something like a 16 on your pages for the average person to be able to read easily. And so I think even a step higher when you don't have much copy makes a lot of sense. So say your closet and upgrade room. Sign up and share the link with friends to get a 20% discount, one referral on Swaggle, and enter to win. Again, something just weird now because I changed the font size. This is probably meant to be the same thing. This small print can be the small print, and I would also put this below the form because it kind of gets in the way of this in the form. And so I would take this and put it below here. And it goes with the stuff that's below it. Enter to win $1,000 Swaggle gift card at 5 referrals. Okay, so let's see what happens now. So there's not much else to the page. Because I went to your page here. Somehow I lost it. Let me bring this back up. Oh, I see. You're using our slide-in widget here. So yeah, I would make this font size a little bit larger on the page, and then instead of just sign up here, then I would say upgrade my wardrobe, or just something that's with the brand and a little bit more fun. Get a discount, upgrade my wardrobe, just something specifically towards your brand would probably help. And was I correct? I heard Laura Lee joining us on the call. Thought I heard her join. She might.
Yep, I'm here.
All right, and so she might have some comment. I'd suggested before I move on the design of this page that this font felt really small, and so just increasing the font size a little bit would make this a little bit more readable. Here was my biggest design point, but otherwise I really liked the background image of the clothing and the logo and the sign up form here.
Yeah, I agree. Maybe you could consider also changing the color of the sign up button to make it stand out a little bit more, as it kind of blends in with the page. Maybe like a warm color like a red or an orange or some like deep pink or something like that. It would make it really pop.
Perfect. That's almost exactly what we told the last one. We didn't tell them. We noticed that on the last landing page was really blue and it had a nice warm red, and my eyes were just really drawn to their red button. So that's exactly this page should have that too. So let me sign up here and see what happens. All right, so now I've got, let's see, Swaggle, thanks for signing up, invite friends and earn rewards. And so I feel like I use this all the time. Like, this is our default text that says invite friends and earn rewards. I would go back to what you said, invite friends and, and get 20% off, invite friends, get discounts and swag, like invite friends, like enter to win a gift card. Like there's a lot of those things you could try and tease the sharing, but just to be more specific, because I don't see what the rewards are until I scroll on this page. And so seeing, being more specific up here, and then again, like you're saying, for every friend that signs up, you'll earn free rewards. It doesn't necessarily seem the case. I get a reward at 1, I earn a reward at 5, but not for every friend. You can, so I don't think you need to say this. I would just cut this second line here. We're giving you credit, and if the headline just says invite friends, earn discounts and chance to win gift cards, or earn discounts and gift cards, or enter to win discounts and gift cards, that would be more a little bit more specific. Again, I like the background image being really dark with a hint of clothing. The thing I don't like about this is it feels like there's this nice clean font in the logo and this clean font here, but then there's this font in the headline. So the page fonts seem to change from here to here to here again. I think this is even a different font. Yeah.
It looks different, yeah.
The T's are different. So there's 3 different fonts here. Or either just stick with one font throughout, or if you do change fonts, be consistent between this font and this font, or at least this font and this font should be the same because they're both the smaller text. I would probably just stick with one font and larger sizes on this page. It would be a lot cleaner to read, because then this is a nice clean font here in the referral box again on the page. And so sticking closer to that nice clean look that you have in the logo, where there's no serifs. Notice the logo doesn't have a serif on the font, and then neither does the reward thing. But this text here has the little notches on the ends of the letters, the serif. And so sticking with a sans serif font, I think, is probably their best bet throughout here. So, and just to check on some of the things like I checked on before. So if I click here, yeah, you can see Swaggle's got, I don't know if this is your Twitter address at goswaggle.com. Twitter's going to interpret this as an address. And so I might say, if you have Swaggle or GoSwaggle, just actually saying at GoSwaggle, and then the .com can be a separate website here. Tinder for men's fashion, and your default is also 10 over. So just checking this, like you're 10 over the what's allowed in a tweet. So I'd have to delete stuff to post it. If you make this changes to the default text here, make sure that they could just open it and tweet it. Because right now, if I tweet it, it's going to stop me from doing it. And so you have to make it a little bit shorter and earn, like, something like, Go Swaggle, the Tinder for men's fashion resale, and earn up to 20% off and gift cards. Like there's a bunch of text you can cut from here to make it a little bit simpler. And let's see what happens on the sharing page in Facebook. This is where I would I would take the approach of get rinsed. The first page we looked at, where they had their picture and the call to action was really related to the competition, saying like enter to win, and it had their description, and it just really promoted the contest that they were running more specifically in the image. And to do that within the image is okay with Facebook. And I would really take advantage of the fact that you can do that with the image instead of just having the image be your logo. And so think about that, like how you can use the image to promote this contest that people are sharing. When you come up with the image for Facebook here. Let's see if there's any comments here back at the chat. How do we put it below the form, the text? Oh, so you're using our widgets. Email support at KickoffLabs.com. We can help you. It's under the manage section. Yeah, so email us and we can probably come up with a way to help you there with that text. I like that you two are already getting together here. Love the website. Signed up. Would love to chat later. Great to hear it. All right, let's go on to the next page. And
one last thought on this thank you page, Josh.
Yeah.
Is that it seems like this invite friends and earn rewards in the text. It's I feel like it's unnecessarily narrow. Like I feel like it could be the column width of this. Like the text doesn't need to wrap quite so tightly, I don't think.
Oh yeah.
So that's another thing maybe like that you could Swaggle that you could play with is like, drop something on there that's like not quite so narrow. It's a little bit wider on the page. And then I don't think with that, you don't really need this horizontal line. Actually, I'm not sure. I'm not sure if I'm showing my screen. One second, let me show. So you don't need this horizontal line here at the top either. So then I think those two things, what that's going to do is it's going to help clean up the page just a little bit, and then it's going to bring your rewards higher up on the page as well. So play with that as something else that you can consider.
Cool. That's good feedback as well, that it doesn't feel stretched out. And the only other thing I thought is, I don't feel like, because the background is dark enough, I don't think you need this overlay behind the referral tracker.
Good point. Yeah.
I think you could just kill this blue overlay on the referral tracker, and I think it might look a little bit cleaner. And so just kind of see what that looks like here if I were to do that on the page. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think it looks cleaner just not having it there.
I do
so
too.
It's kill that. It looks a little bit nicer on the page. So,
and then you won't need as much space in between those two elements as well at that point.
Yeah,
like between the 0 friends have joined and the Go Swaggle referral link.
Yeah, that's really good feedback. Less is more in these cases. All right, so let's move on. Let's see. Lorelei, can you see the URL I've got on my screen if you want to go with move on at kickoffpages.com?
Yep. Okay, yep. Okay, so Louvain, the marketplace of ideas. Sign up to be part of the hottest startup product waitlist. What are you? Enthusiastic entrepreneur, curious subscriber, and then the email address. Okay, so a few things that stand out to me. I mean, this image on the right is a really classic good one for this entrepreneurial genre, where you can see it's someone that's considering these different ideas. So it's a good use of this image where and I like the simplicity of this page, how it's just, this is all you've got. It's really simple. I don't know exactly what I'm signing up for though. I see it's like, maybe it's something like product hunt, but a product wait, something like that. Sign up to be part of the hottest startup product waitlist. So maybe I'm not enticed to sign up. There's no real incentive for me to sign up other than like, maybe I'm curious and you've got this curious subscriber. Although
it seems like the better idea would be to, instead of like saying, sign up and then it's like you're this very meta, like get on our wait list, early access, so you can be part of other wait lists, where I think it sounds like the product is more like discover the coolest ideas before anyone else.
And then that would make me want to sign up if that's what that was.
Yeah, like, because then if you're an angel investor, or if you're somebody who just you're an early adopter, like what you like about that kind of thing is finding out about products and companies before anyone else does. You don't like the putting on the wait list part of it. You just like finding out and hearing about them. And so thinking about what is that incentive for folks to really, like, what's making them want to sign up.
Yes,
here,
and so fixing that line, the sign up line, to be more in those lines of like what's really going to incentivize somebody to sign up, and then just ask yourself, do you really need this distinction between the enthusiastic entrepreneur or the curious subscriber? Are you going to treat them different? Are you going to do anything different? And is it going to be important enough? Because the more questions you ask, the less likely someone's going to do it, going to sign up. So is it worth it? And if you're not going to actually use this, or you don't really need it, I would say go ahead and remove it. And then the last idea for this page is, again, with these buttons, is like, this button's big enough, and in here, like when I hover over, it's this lime green color, which is nice. It stands out. It's like everything else has this really minimal fill to it. Even the logo is just black. And I like it. So, but if you change the color of the button, it's going to help it stand out a lot more. It's going to draw your eye there. It's going to make someone want to sign up anyway. So consider, instead of just on hover, go ahead and just make this a lime green just by default. And that would be kind of the last thing that stands out to me. Anything else that you would suggest here, Josh?
No, I mean, my only comment about the checkbox on the front is it sounds like maybe they think that there's like, I mean, it's a marketplace, so maybe they think there's two different types of people signing up,
Mm.
and in which case, I tell people if you're doing that, almost think about having maybe three different landing pages, like a general one like this, and then having one specifically for each customer type. Because one of the whole points about landing pages is that you can be really segmented, and you can have one that speaks to the enthusiastic entrepreneur or the investor, or like you could have 5 or 6 different ones that all sign people up to a similar list or the same list. And then that way you can actually change the pitch. It's just a simple sentence change, but you can pitch more specifically to each one, so that then when the enthusiastic entrepreneur shares to their friends are seeing the enthusiastic entrepreneur page and not the general page. So I really think about, should I have multiple landing pages? And you can have multiple landing pages. You could run them as separate campaigns. You could run them in the same campaign to the same list. It's up to you. With Kickoff Labs, you can do that. That'd be my only other feedback, is just consider actually what this is for. And if it's for segmenting your customers, consider having multiple landing pages for the marketplace so that each side of the marketplace can be pitched to more directly.
That's really good feedback. Awesome. I'm going to go ahead and sign up here. Oh. See if there's anything specific that happens for the enthusiastic entrepreneur. Thank you. We've added your email to the sign up queue, and then my position and interested in priority access. Get early access by referring your friends. The more that sign up, the sooner you'll get access. Okay, so you keep it really, really simple, very minimal, which I'm a big fan of. There, and I feel like it does what it needs to do. You don't mention on the landing page, though, this incentive for me to sign up now in order to get in line first, kind of thing. And I don't know that that's necessary, but that's something that you could add as part of this campaign. Is that, like, to know, oh, if there's that urgency of saying, okay, I need to sign up now so that I can get access before other people. But this looks, I don't have any other feedback on this page. Josh, is there anything you would mention here?
No, other than what I said before, which is that I would remind people of a more specific incentive on the page, on the sign up page, or on the thank you page, that it's the reason they want priority access is so that they can learn about the new things first. So being a little bit more specific about why they would want to get priority access, because otherwise I don't really know why I care about priority access.
Perfect. Yep, that's great. So up here on this line here, we've added your email to the sign up queue. Include like that incentive for the reason that the person signed up and why they'd want to get access earlier. Love it.
Yeah. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and back to sharing my screen, infinite windows, and I'm gonna look at asked.com, and I'll start out with, because I went to go to the tab, so that brought up our exit intent. This is a feature on Kickoff Labs landing pages. Obviously, you can have an exit intent. It's a great chance to make a second pitch that's slightly different than the main pitch, so we'll check out the 2 different pitches here. So delicious meals are calling your name. Claim your early access now and get months of service free. I would just change the button to say get early access, or earn free service. And then I love this yellow color that's in the logo, and you'll see it better when the shadow's not on the page. I wish this was like a yellow button instead of the green button here. And so those are my 2 bits of feedback on this little mini page, which is the exit intent window. Let me close this now and go back to the main page. So this is the main page from Ask Edie. Eat, don't toss, recipes from stuff in your fridge. So it sounds like a recipe site for people that want to shop less and just use the stuff they have somehow, or an app. My 2 bits of feedback, I feel like this Ask Edie is just the logo is just a little close to the top here of the page. And then I feel like this recipe, this text right here is a little bit too low. Like there's this great white space here between all the plates. And if this recipes from stuff in your fridge had a little bit less padding, was maybe started up here, then it wouldn't go over the bowls on an average desktop view like I've got here. And I think that would be that, and then people would be more inclined to notice that you've got a video that launches. Yep, you do. So you've got a cool little promo video that comes up here. And so I think people would notice that a little bit better if it was up just slightly higher on the page. Otherwise, I really love the simple background image with the food and sort of the leftover ingredients. I've got some cheese, some tomatoes, some basil, and what can I make with this? So I love the concept of the image going around seems to map perfectly and back up the copy on the page. I like the pitch. I like you're telling what the incentive is. You're saying you get early access, and let's sign up and see what happens. Lorelei, did you have any feedback on this page first?
Yeah, I was just going to reinforce what you said about the logo. I was actually just playing with it, adjusting the size of the logo, because if the logo was just slightly smaller, I think it would, I don't think that you would actually need to move it down. I think the size of the logo makes it feel like it needs to go down, needs more space. But if you just made your logo a little smaller, I think that it would be better. But I totally agree. The image looks awesome with this. It really reinforces it. And then, I wouldn't put quite as much white space in between those. I would make the form and the text and stuff fit right in the center of the page.
I feel like usually we tell people to add more white space, and this is a random case where saying you could deal with like a ½ inch less white space on my page, so the form goes just a little bit higher. And so squeeze that stuff in on this page. Would be my feedback here. So let's go ahead and sign up. Let me sign up on this page now and see what happens. So. It looks like they've got it redirecting to a page that's not published. And so you might want to take a look at that. I don't have quick access to be able to see what page it should be redirecting to. This should have gone to a thank you page. So let that be a lesson. Always test the whole flow when you publish the pages, and you'll be much better off. I'm kind of sad because I wanted to see what they were doing for rewards, a reward page here, but looks like they'll have to republish the reward page. So if you are watching this out in the ether, republish your reward page, let us know there. And if you want feedback, and this is after the fact when you're watching this, then go ahead and drop us an email at support@kickofflabs.com. We'd be happy to give you some feedback, on the page. So let me pull up one of the next ones. There's nobody else that's joined right here. Okay, so we've got the folks that are here still. And so altcoin exchange. Lorelei, do you want to start with this page here?
Yep. Okay, so built by traders for traders, the most trusted altcoin exchange. Register today for early access. And then it goes into the company's mission, user experience and security, team transparency and support, our long-term vision, advised by active cryptocurrency traders, and alt. Okay, so then it goes to the team, investors, and advisors. Okay, so one thing that's standing out to me at first is I really like this header area. What I like about it is you've got a small logo here, and then you're clearly identifying who this is for, and then you start mentioning like sort of the benefit here. You kind of back up what you're offering here, the most trusted altcoin exchange. I might make it a little more explicit about what exactly altcoin is for anyone who doesn't know, and so just make it just a little bit more clear about what it is. And then register today for early access. You probably don't need quite as much space here, and the sizes of the text you don't need to do quite so much. Like what I would do is I would say built by traders for traders, and you might want a little more space between that header and the logo. And then this text here is bigger than the subtitle text, and it should be the other way around. This should be a little bit bigger, and then this should be smaller. Register today for early access, and this should be closer to the sign up box. And then I like the sign up with Facebook. There doesn't need to be quite as much space here either. Like these should be grouped together. The idea of adding space is to like add a clear distinction between something, but these are grouped together. So you want to keep those a little bit closer. And so just some small little tweaks on this header area, but overall, I think that it's just great. I'm not sure that this background image is necessary. Like, and this is just a design like preference. I don't think it's going to make any difference whether you choose to go with like this background image or whether you just say, hey, I'm just going to do like a plain color background, whether that's white or light blue or some other color. But just for anyone who's like considering a landing page like this, so that's just a design preference. I don't think that that would make any difference otherwise. It might make the page feel a little cleaner if there wasn't like this sky on here. But and then the other thing that as you scroll down on the page, I feel like you kind of walk through and you're building trust. I think with all this content of saying like, okay, and I think that for something like this, you're going to need that. Our company's mission, and there's a lot of text here, and then there's a lot of text here, and then there's a lot of text here. It's just a lot of reading, and I like how you've broken
really
it up.
Complicated, like it's broken up, but there's just, could you say the same thing with half the amount of copy? And so I'd really challenge you to come up with half the copy on this page.
Absolutely. And then also, like, you kind of like what you're showing is you're showing the company's mission as first thing, and I don't know that like, so in general you should not be focusing on like yourself. You should be focusing on what is it that this user needs to know in order to sign up. And if that is knowing the company's mission, I kind of doubt it. If you show the company's mission, that should be much lower on the page. So what you're showing should like lead them to want to sign up. Like, why are they wanting to sign up? Is it because that they're gonna built by traders for traders, so is it an investing strategy, or why? Like, the whys should be answered here. Like, this benefit is going to come to me. And of course we're going to want to know about user experience and security, but like you should be answering, like, before someone signs up, they're going to, like, at this point they might say, I don't even know why I want this, and they would leave the page. You need to answer that why. You need to answer like the incentive for someone first, and then and so consider like not only cutting down what you're going to be saying here, but like try to make it more. Think about the user coming in and what it is that they need to hear in order to sign up, not necessarily all about you. It would be like my biggest feedback for this here, keeping it simpler, and then you could still say these things lower down on the page, and you build a lot of credibility with not only the screenshots, which I really like. I really like how you use screenshots of looks like the actual app, but I think the content needs to be a little bit different. Josh, what do you think?
No, I agree with everything you said. Like, I don't really see a really clear incentive, and maybe I'm not the target audience. I mean, I understand like what Bitcoin and cryptocurrency is a little bit, but I just feel like just a little bit more information about, I guess it's a currency exchange for traders by traders. I guess that gets it, but I wish there was a little bit more about the company and why you're different than other exchanges here.
Yeah, I agree.
A lot of the stuff that you say can be, repeated by other people, and then stay away from some generic headlines like our company's mission. Like, actually being more in the headline. One way to reduce the copy is to make better use of the headline. So our company's mission should say, we bring the community together, and then staying there's the second paragraph. There's clearly a major need for a better exchange. We create a platform that caters to community, blah, blah, blah. And that would be a shorter statement on the first page there. Do you want to sign up and see what happens after you sign up?
Yep. Help bring the altcoin community together. So there's like the first incentive that you've mentioned so far on the landing page. It was all about explanations and talking kind of about your company, whereas like this is the first time that you've talked in terms of like what the user might want to do. And I don't know why they would maybe want to care about this at this point, but maybe the community is a big thing for traders who are working in this. Earn commission for sharing. Okay, so this should be, if they're going to be earning commissions, this should be like right on the header area of your landing page. It should say, hey, sign up now to earn commissions. And so it looks like some of your rewards are earn 5% of fees from your referrals, earn 10%, earn 15%. So you can earn a little bit more for each referral that you get.
I mean, that's a really, seems like I've never really heard of that sort of affiliate program for a financial service like this. And so that seems like a really unique benefit that you can pitch on the sign up page.
Yeah, I feel like this thank you page is kind of hidden. It's like all the benefits were you only found on the thank you page. So these benefits need to be brought onto the landing page.
Yeah, and I think that would really drive signups a little bit more, because they'll see like there's a chance to earn some affiliate money too.
Yep, I agree. And it looks like you have a position too, that there's a wait list as well. So you can also use that incentive of saying, hey, get in line, and get access faster.
Every person you invite gets you faster access and a chance to get percentage off or percentage affiliates at 10, 25, etc.
Yep.
Cool. Any other feedback for this page?
No, I think that's it. I like one additional thing that I do like your consistency with your header area where you use the same image here. It makes you and that's really important, especially where you're still using your logo and this background image from the landing page to the thank you page. It feels consistent. It feels like I know exactly where I'm at, and it's really good.
All right, so question in the chat, are we providing feedback for landing pages or also to our website? Our goal is to provide feedback on people's landing pages, and we've got a couple more pages to get through. So if you submitted a page, feel free to repost that in the chat. I've got a couple more pages to get through quick in the last like 10 minutes here, so I'm going to take over the screen here. All right, so I'll skip the exit intent for now and look at the ultimate blazer is coming. I don't like how right now in this, just the first thing I noticed is like the page feels crowded, and I think it's because you've got the form on one side, the blazer on the other would look really clean, except for the fact the image has two blazers, and the second blazer is obscured by the form, but yet it's still there because there's some transparency here. I would, if you had a version of this image with just the blazer on one side and the wall, I would consider using the just one image of the blazer and having the other side be a much cleaner looking solid color box form here in this case. And so that'd be my first bit of feedback. The second bit is, it's hard to tell if this is a real company because there's no logo. Like, the Ultimate Blazer is coming from what company? The next thing is I would never say is coming because it just tells people there's nothing to do here. And then be the first to know and have a chance. At least you're duplicating the incentives. And then I hate this step inside text. I know that they used it on the Harry's Razor campaign, but it fit with their copy, whereas that doesn't really fit with the copy you've got on your page. So respecting your image, I love this line, it says respecting your image in the wallet since like right now. So maybe this text should say, I respect my image, or just make them like be self-congratulatory a bit and say like, I respect my image. I want to save money with my wallet, or just something that ties into the copy that you've got up here. So I talked about having a logo, getting rid of the is coming, personalizing this message to be with this. And then you've got some incentive here. So that was really clean. I don't know if you need first and last name. Honestly, it feels like a lot. Most people just ask for first name. I got an email this morning from a company that was a marketing email, and it said, "Hi, Josh Ledgard." And nobody ever says, my friends, when they email me, "Hi, Josh Ledgard." They just say, "Hi, Josh." And so right away, I read, "Hi, Josh Ledgard," and I hit delete on the email. Like, I know that it's not going to be worth reading this whole email because it had my whole name. And so I would literally just say, like, first name, and so to make it simpler. So I'm only going to give you my first name because I know you're not going to check for both names. And let's see, I'll step inside. I have the captcha. Select all the squares of street signs. So that is a feature of Kickoff Labs. You can turn on CAPTCHA on your forms to help prevent people from spoofing, faking, submitting multiple times. So just so you guys know, like that is something that you can turn on your forms with Kickoff Labs. It's something we provide to help cut down on spam and junk entries. Again, this landing page is missing a logo. This is missing a background image. And but it is pretty clear, like, thanks for signing up. We'll let you know it's available. Share this special price and get another $20 off. Like, this is a really clear specific. So I do like this copy. I just feel like it needs some spacing up here, and it needs the background image here. And you could say share this special price and earn up to $100 off, because you've got 100 people, $100 off, you know, as if you get more. So let's see. And I love the incentives. They're really simple. I would just make this page feel a little bit more special, like the first page having a picture of the blazer on it. Remind people what the product is to tie the two together. Lorelei, do you have any feedback quick before I move on to the next page?
I don't remember if the landing page had this yellow color. Do you remember? It seems strange to me to have this yellow color.
No, there was no yellow color on the landing page.
Yeah, so be consistent with that. There's an orange button on the landing page. Go ahead and just make this orange.
Yeah.
Try to be consistent. And then, yeah, definitely add, like, you want to reinforce what it is that they're signing up for, like with your background image up at the top, instead of just having a plain blue. Like Josh said, make sure and add like your blazers there again.
Yeah. All right, move on to the next page. The electrician's new electric watches on October 1st. Win your watch and get an early reveal and win items from the new Swiss collection here. Let's see. It's a really simple pitch. You basically, it seems like you're running a contest for a known product. I wish this was like a picture of a watch that was more clear. Like, it's sort of this artsy looking picture of a watch. And I wish it was more of the full thing. I guess you're saying there's an early reveal, so you're trying not to give away the full thing. But I sort of wish maybe that's what you're, instead of saying win your watch, like maybe, get the reveal and enter to win, or enter to win and see the reveal, like on the button, to make it more specific. The button turning black seems a little strange. I don't know how you feel about that, Lorelei. Like I was expecting to turn like a brighter yellow or a darker yellow, but to turn completely black feels a little bit weird.
I agree. I feel like, especially where this page is so dark, to turn black almost makes the button almost disappear.
Yeah.
So just make it like a lighter color of the yellow, or darker color of the yellow.
Yep.
And
Cool.
just a slight change.
If I enter to win, let's see. You've signed up, expect your watch early reveal in a few days. Now invite friends to win your watch accessories. So I got the early reveal at 0, great. Get a watch pouch, extra strap. I think it's pretty clear, like you can enter to win a watch and accessories with this, with the sharing. So I think you've done a good job sharing, like setting up the share on this page. I don't have any other really huge feedback. I do like the way the yellow stands out, and the way you use the brand color of the yellow here and up in the circle here for how many points I've gotten here on the sharing. And so I really like the page. I wouldn't change too much about the sign up here.
I agree.
Let's go last page. Let's see if there's anybody in the chat ask a question. Nope. And going to the last page, Compass. Do you have this URL, Lorelei? Do you want to?
Yeah, I can do that. That's compass. What is it?
Intentioninspired.com. Intentioninspired.com. I really like the background on this page.
Okay, got it. Am I on the right page, Josh?
If you see a ship and a.
Yep. Okay. Yep. We're good. Okay, so introducing Compass by Intention Inspired, your daily dose of self-awareness. Don't just journal, journey. Sign up for new access. Okay, so at this point, I'm not exactly sure what it is. It looks like it's a journal of sorts that maybe is like a guided journal that asks specific questions that help you be self-aware. That's what it seems like to me at this point. Let's see if by scrolling, if we learn a little more. gain early access to our newest challenges with all the features you've been asking for. So it looks like it's a new release of something. Looks like there's images. I'm looking at the screenshot here, trying to understand exactly what it is. So at this point, I still don't know what it is. Create collections of your favorites, log your journal entries. Okay, so it does look like a journal of sorts. See just what just a few intentional minutes every day can do for you. Okay, so
It's not clear at the top it's an app.
Yeah.
When I first saw this, your daily dose of self-awareness, we have a lot of customers who are launching like maybe newsletter services or master class groups. And so I thought like, oh, a daily newsletter with some self-awareness tips is what I thought when I first read it. And so maybe making it really clear, like, an app for daily self-awareness, or an app for a daily dose of self-awareness, like just something that makes it clear like this is for you to write on, and that it's an app.
Yes, I agree. That would help me understand what it was. In general, I really, really love the design of this. I like the graphics that you have in the background. I like the colors that you've used. I like the fonts that you've chosen, and I like the spacing that you're providing here. Like it feels very breathable and clean. I like these nice graphics in the back. Gain early access to our newest challenges. I would. And I would say, is that the incentive? Is that what's going to, I mean, I don't know. And maybe this is it, gain early access to our newest challenges. It looks like that's the incentive that you're going to give on the landing page. It looks like it's going to be kind of like a wait list of getting access. And you talk about some of the features, but and I like this second call to action here. I really also like, and this is something that I don't see too often that you've done really well on this page, is each section is very distinct, and it's broken up really well. Like you've got a really clear, clean header area. This has images, so and this could just be like a plain color depending on what you're doing if you don't have graphics like this for your landing page, but I like the images here. I also really like how this is like a really light blue. It pulls in with the same colors from up here. But it's not so strong. It's just really light, but it's subtle and different enough that at this point you're going into a new section. And this is what people oftentimes miss. They try to do lines or something, but this simple change in each section is really helpful. That was really helpful for me going through. It makes the design still feel really clean. See how there's enough spacing here? You do it just right with the spacing. I love that. I like how you're pulling in some quotes from customers, some customer testimonials, and then see how this is a different section with a different background color. It's just done really well here. I like that. One thing I would notice here is this box is squared, and then this button is not. So I would make them consistent, whether this is going to have some rounded edges to it, or the button's going to be square. But I would say stay consistent there. And then the only other thing is maybe with your button, you might want to pull in the incentive, like begin journaling now or something like that instead of sign up now.
Yeah, and that would really help tie in the whole thing about what the product is. Like if you said begin journaling now, then that like, oh, it's for me.
Yeah.
To do.
Yeah, and it reinforces, especially because I'm still not 100% clear about what it is. It sounds like it's a different journal, but this throws me off a little bit seeing these images. I don't, am I journaling with using images? I just don't know. So that would help. Let's sign up and see. I like that you pull in your logo again here, and there's that consistency. Thanks, you're on the wait list. Invite friends to unlock the amazing perks below. And copy and share, paste. Yep. So you've got your link here. And then the incentives are in early invite when Compass launches, invite to a secret beta Facebook group, and then enter to win the Compass kit. And so none of these rewards, I didn't even know that like this would be a possibility on the page, and maybe this is what I needed to sign up. Enter to win a Compass kit, enter to win a lifetime Compass membership. So these type of incentives are something that you could also really use on your landing page to incentivize people to sign up. You'll probably get more people signing up knowing that these rewards are possible for them to earn. And then you've got a wait list. So you did hint at this on the landing page, and that was really good. So you can see who's going to get access first. But these other rewards I didn't know about. And so consider using those on your landing page, including additional sections or pulling them into your existing copy in some way. Any other thoughts, Josh?
I liked both pages. I thought this was, I mean, I think just some tweaks to the top of the sign up page to make it really clear, much clearer what the product is.
Yeah.
And then to pull in an incentive or two from here, like Laura just said, since you've got these cool incentives, really great. I feel like this page, it's a little bit crowded compared to the first page. Like this box is right up against here, and just a little bit more spacing between this section and this section and this section in the box. But I do like how you're really clear about giving people directions. Invite friends and unlock the perks, clear to the links, tells you how many people have been invited, and then you say top 10 get a compass kit. Like, oh, there's this top 10, so I can see who's currently getting the compass kit, and I can refresh the page to check the stats of how many people I've gotten on. So I do like that, the way you've done this page, and I feel like the levels are just right at 0, 2 for a secret beta group, 5 for this like enter to win, and then 10 for a lifetime membership. I think you've got the right levels here set up. I mean, obviously you can tell there's 7 people are getting enter to win a lifetime membership, and so you're clearly motivating people to sign up already. And I think it's probably because this is a pretty well done campaign overall. I just think being a little bit more clear about the what and the why on the first page will help dramatically. And you have a lot of those statements already, the whys here on this page, the whats on the first page in that feature section. It just needs to come across on the top of the page as well. All right, that is the time we've got for today. I appreciate everybody that was brave enough to submit their landing pages for us to review. Hopefully we weren't too harsh and you got some great feedback along the way. If you didn't know already, like I said at the beginning, we are from KickoffLabs. You've seen some examples of the campaigns we can set up. So if you're just watching this, you can sign up for KickoffLabs. You can set up these kind of refer a friend viral campaigns that you've seen, like we showed on the Compass page here. So this is our bread and butter, doing a nice campaign like this where people can enter to win and get rewards for referring their friends. And we have all manner of different types of contests you can run and set up. And so give KickoffLabs a try today. Our goal, like I said in the beginning, is to go well beyond what you would get with a traditional landing page, because anybody can set up a page with a sign-up form, but it takes a little bit more, and we aim to provide that to get people really engaged in sharing, which is what you need today to really stand out in a world where people just advertise and get people to sign up. You need people engaged in your marketing, and so our goal is to help you get other people engaged in your marketing, and that's something that clearly you can see it seems to be working for Compass. They've got folks that have referred 45, 42, 21 folks to their campaign, and if they improve their campaign, those numbers can go much higher, and I've seen them go much higher for other customers. So give us a chance. Let us know what you think. Send an email to support@kickofflabs.com if you have any feedback, and otherwise have a great week, everyone.